Okay, folks, welcome back. We have the second segment of Quantum Leap. We actually added a bonus segment due to some last minute scheduling changes. But Dave and Cory are here with Dawn Deardorf with Aurora Catering, and we're looking forward to a discussion of some of her catering services and the great work that she does. But first, want to do a quick check-in with Cory if you had anything to add about that last segment or anything else before we get started, Cory.
Well, the only thing I want to add is we are doing a special on Lyft. So for those who are looking to get to the top of that mountain and want to find out, how to soar there, get those shortcuts, and get some coaching, accountability, networking at a reasonable price, we are offering it as a $5 for the first month, because we know sometimes people just want to try something out so they can, get a full cycle, see what we do, what we provide, and all the benefits. And then if they like it, great. And if they don't like it, we'll give them their $5 back even. But the point is we want people to try it out, and we're about to launch our Facebook advertising campaign, which is exciting.
Excellent. Well, we'll be featuring that as you do move forward, and so great to hear. I did want to share this book. We ran it a little bit out of time the last segment. It's called Change Your World. It's a John Maxwell book, and I think given that we are in a time of disruption right now in the work environment, the COVID has created, I think it's important to really stay grounded and continue to work on ourselves, which is going to position ourselves to be better wherever we end up coming out of this thing. And I think that was our whole point with Lyft and a lot of this podcast, which has been so exciting, that during these times, it's so important to stay grounded and focused on what really matters out there and what's going to bring you those professional and personal results. And I really think personal development's where it's at. So we're all big believers in that as parts of BNI, and Dawn is actually a member of my support chapter, Success Accelerators, which is a key BNI chapter here in Oakland, the East Bay area. And she has a very tight-knit group of folks in the business services industry. And she's actually a caterer herself. So it's such a nice dynamic and chemistry that you guys have. And welcome to the broadcast, Dawn. If you don't mind just introducing yourself and tell us who you are and what you do. And I did give you screen sharing privileges. If you did want to share any of those slides at this time, you're welcome to.
Yeah. Hi, David, thanks so much for inviting me to be here. I have never been on a podcast. So this is my first, hopefully not my last one. And my name is Dawn Deardorf. My husband and I own a catering company in the San Francisco Bay Area. We work all over the Bay Area from Marin to Santa Clara County. I did do a little presentation of some pictures of what we've been doing over the past 18 months. As you probably guess, catering has been challenging for the last 18 months or so. We're very slowly getting back into more business. People are still very leery of getting together in person. A lot of our events are still outside. So I just wanted to show you a little bit about what we've been doing. I'm not super Zoom savvy, so please bear with me here. Let's see what we can do. Up. You guys down. Are you able to see it?
Yeah, you're good to go.
Great. So as I mentioned, we are Aurora Catering. That's my husband, Marty, there on the left. He is our lead chef. We have been doing business in the Bay Area since 2008. He was an insurance adjuster. His whole life was all about food, and he fell into this insurance job. And he went to culinary school, but it just didn't fit into our life to be in food, So he got laid off during the recession. So we lost the company car, we lost our health insurance, and we figured we've already been pushed off the cliff. Let's go ahead and make more from it. And that's when we started our company. So I believe in the 5 C's of catering. And those to us are celebration, comfort, community, collaboration, convenience, and creation. So we are here for all celebrations, which have changed in the past 18 months. One of the things I'm most proud of is how we have changed our business model to fit into working with people during the pandemic. We're very well educated in all the safety guidelines. Our staff is all vaccinated. Everyone wears a mask at events. People are still having birthdays and anniversaries, weddings, celebrations of life. So we are a great part of that. In December of last year, we catered a wedding for 15 people at a beautiful venue in Palo Alto. And a week before the wedding, the bride's father and brother contracted COVID and were not able to come. But they went forward with it. They had a lovely event. It was just a beautiful day for them. So we've been doing things like Super Bowl Sunday, oops, we missed it, Valentine's Day. We delivered Valentine's Day dinners last year. This one of the Rides of Celebration of Life we recently did at the Lighthouse at Glen Cove Marina. It's a beautiful location. We do a lot of weddings there. We're on their preferred list. We did Easter last year, and this year we donated 50 corned beef and cabbage meals to Alta Bates Hospital in Berkeley. For Mother's Day, we really like collaborating with local businesses. So we collaborated with a baker for pastry boxes for our brunch and a salon owner for body care gifts. We did a grill kit for Father's Day. So we've just been really creative and imaginative with how we can stay alive during this time. We're doing welcome back to work parties, welcome back to school parties. We did UC Berkeley had a welcome back party for their neurosurgery department. There were 150 people that had a picnic. We're doing Thanksgiving and Christmas, catered or live. I feel food is comfort. I love chicken pot pie. They're on the left. This middle picture is chocolate covered grapes, not chocolate covered truffles. So when they go into your mouth, there's this burst of flavor and it's so unexpected and it's really fun not to tell people what they're having and to see their face and to see what they guess. Everyone loves shrimp, brownies, short ribs. We do a lot of comfort foods, a lot of Mediterranean foods. Everything is fresh. Last year, we donated meals to the 7 local fire stations who had just come back from fighting the wildfires in North Bay. We donated over 1,300 meals to essential workers in 2020 and meals for inbound senior citizens. And this year, we've done 10,000 meals for homeless people. We work with some great communities to get that work done. Convenience. We do a Wednesday night delivery to your home in Castro Valley, San Leandro. We're very local for that. It's really been great for us to be more recognized in the community because of this, what we've been doing. And it's been really fun to meet our neighbors and to explore. I lived in Castro Valley for 20 years, and it's been really nice to see different neighborhoods I didn't even know about. We do office drop-offs as well. We created all kinds of vegan dishes in the last year. So we've been really proficient at that. A lot of people are turning to plant-based diets now more than ever. We do to-go tastings. If someone is planning a wedding, they can come to our kitchen and pick up a meal like this, and they'll take it home, they'll heat it up, and they'll taste it, and then we'll have a Zoom conference with them a few days later if they have any questions. We did a drive-through crab feed fundraiser in February. People are so inventive and creative when it comes to, it's just amazing to me how flexible and wonderful people are. We did a pork loin. And so the next day I had this inspired leftover. I did a Cabano sandwich and I made my own pickles. It was really fun. Excuse me. So I just want to talk about this. You may have seen this before. We had a bride in August of 2019 who saw a 6-foot charcuterie on Pinterest. So my husband created 6 feet. This is a 6-foot table full of deliciousness. And the bride was so excited when she walked in and saw it. She actually jumped up and down and clapped her hands. She was so happy. And that's why we do what we do. We really want to see people's happiness. So our values, vision, and mission are we want to provide the best possible product and service. We do listen and we do care. We will fix it if it's not right. We are fair and ethical. and we feel we do give back with gratitude. Please follow us on Instagram at Aurora Caters and Facebook at Aurora Catering. I wasn't able to get the same name for both, but you know. And love to hear from you. Here's our email address. You can reach us through our website at auroracateringbayarea.com. And I thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful. I love how you tell the story through images so well. And
thank you.
I think, pictures worth 1,000 words when it comes to food and all this great stuff that you do. So do you have any reaction to that presentation, Cory, or questions?
No, that's great. I was thinking that kind of reminds me of probably the BNI presentation. But I think it's great for people to hear that, because it shows that this is how business owners are growing their business during this time. And so hopefully that is inspiring to others, especially those who would like to get into catering or some kind of food business, which has its challenges, that's for sure. And I'm sure David has some questions about that.
Yeah, we did have that on our list. And I think the pandemic really hits home, and talking to the people who were most affected. And I think Dawn and her business is one of those most affected by the COVID. If you don't mind just sharing some of the challenges you had during COVID. And I do see some of the ways that you survived it, but if you have any more things that you want to add, I think it's important to give folks an understanding of just how kind of challenging it was for businesses like yours.
We catered a wedding on March 6th, 2020, and we had events scheduled for March 9th, March 10th, March 11th. As of March 6th, they were all going forward on the following Monday. On Monday morning, everything canceled. I was quite honestly afraid to open an email. And eventually I thought, you know what? This is what's happening. It took us about a week to recover and figure out what we could do. We didn't know at that time if we could even get a food product. We didn't know if meat was going to be in some short supply, or chicken, or what we could actually do. So we reached out to our providers, our food providers, who were also very challenged, and found out that we could, in fact, get food. And so we started this local family meal delivery Tuesday through Friday. And that people really rallied behind us as a community. Castro Valley Chamber of Commerce started an Eden area takeout and delivery page, which has 3,000 members now, so people could see who was still alive and what restaurants were doing things, what caterers were doing things. It was really a godsend to have that. And that really helped us. And then we reached out to the county to see if they needed help with serving people who couldn't get food. So that's what we did. We applied for many of the federal programs. It was an interesting process for sure. And so I have to say how proud I am that we are here 18 months later, and just looking to the future, and we still see that there's some more to come with all of this. And I don't think things will ever be exactly the way they were before. Our corporate business has not really picked up. I don't anticipate that really happening probably till next spring. I've been reaching out to venues to get on their preferred list, because that's how we get a lot of our business. Someone will go to a venue to book their wedding, and then they have a preferred list of caterers and florists and photographers, and that's really good. So I've been taking that time to develop those new relationships, because the relationships I have with others, those people don't work there anymore. So it's just change. So you got to change with it. And that's what we've been doing. Even though my husband's a Taurus, it hasn't been easy for him.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you. And folks, I would encourage you to come visit our chapter, Success Accelerators, to come network with myself and Dawn and her great business colleagues who are looking for more members too. It's such a great way to really learn from people who have so much experience at being both good at what they do, but also serving the community and supporting other businesses. And I think that is a shared core value. Is that's how we've made it through this pandemic. You know, you really see the people who have actually made it through, and others who've almost fallen off the map, so to speak, is some of those differences and mindset, supporting others, that creative thinking that you really shared. And, you know, it wasn't easy at all, but you were able to survive it. You know, which brings me to something else I think that we love to bring about on this broadcast, and something that I wanted to get out with your slides, which I think demonstrate that. But how would you say that you're unique out there in the catering world? And I know you've already showcased bits of that, but I want to pose that question to you.
The feedback that we get primarily is what I said earlier about that we do listen and we really do care about our people. They're not customers to us, they are people, and we want to be people to them. And that sounds kind of odd, but I hope you know what I mean by that. We're not just trying to get a booking, we get to know the people that we work with. And our food is really, really good. It's fresh, it's seasonal. We live in a wonderful area where we can have fresh and seasonal food all year long, which we're really blessed to have. My husband is a very positive person. He's been able to keep some of our staff working as well. We care about our staff, and we have people who are very loyal to us, and that really sustains us as well. Having that support, community support, and then the support of the people that work with us, you know, you can't say enough about that. It's just, it really buoys us and keeps us going.
Thank you. And I'm just going to turn it over to Cory. We have a quick time check. We have about 7 minutes here.
Yeah, so you kind of alluded to this as well with your husband having a food background and so on, but I think there's more to it than just being into food. What would you say is the why? I mean, you can say, why is it that you do what you do? And when I say what you do, it could be, you know, it's the food, or it's the catering, or it's the service, it's the people. Just curious as to why.
Well, I have been an entrepreneur practically my entire life. I had a photography business for many years. Oh, and one thing I wanted to say about all of the images that you see in any of our presentations on our website, on social media, we don't use any stock photographs. And it's all something we created on an event that we worked. And I'm really proud of that too, because some people could just throw up a picture of short ribs that they didn't make. So my background in photography has been helpful for that. I love the freedom of being an entrepreneur. I love being able to be of service to people. My husband is really a people person. We want him to be the first contact when someone, he is just infectious with his personality and his love of food and his love of people and his love of putting love really on a plate. I know it sounds cliche, but it really is how he feels about it, and people get that from him. So our why is we love being in business together. It's just, our why is just, I really love the freedom of it, and I really love being of service to people and providing a good product and filling a need. If someone, we were giving food to a family last year, and she had Legionnaire's disease of all things, and she couldn't eat solid food. So some of the solid food that she started to have was something that we were creating for them. And just seeing that is really a big why.
Thank you.
That's a hard question.
Great answer though.
Yeah, good answer. Yeah, it's something that's kind of a big thing of mine. And so who would you say is your ideal client?
Our sweet spot right now would be, as far as size, like 75 to 80 is great. That is something we can do in our sleep practically. That's a really nice size, and there's a lot of options of places where you can have a party of that size. I love I love working with people who trust us and our opinion, that don't micromanage us. That's really an ideal client. I mean, we work with them hand in hand, of course, but if they say, you know, what do you think would go best with this? And they trust our opinion, that's really nice, not to have someone tell you exactly everything that they want or need. We certainly will work with them on that. But so we have been doing a ton of memorial services, like 10 in the past 2 months, which is unusual. You know, I I really love doing corporate work, and we work with a lot of nonprofits. But that really has fallen off the map temporarily. Really hoping that comes back January, February. But that's really fulfilling to work with people who are saving wildlife or indigenous people or just doing something really good in the world too. So.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, great. Well, and I really heard something. I think you told me before about your photography background. So, that's why you tell such a beautiful story through those images. And it was just such an amazing experience to just see that food and that love that you bring to your craft really come to life in those images. And, some of that food looks so good. I think that people speaks for itself right there. So
thank you. That means a lot to me. Appreciate that.
Good. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon at our weekly meeting. Cory, did you have any closing comments before we close out here? And we actually have one more leg of Quantum Leap here, a bonus leg. So,
no, I don't. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Well, thanks so
David,
much, Dawn.
So David and Cory, I hope that when we start live again, most of my presentations involve food. I bring food. So we even bring champagne.
Excellent. I'm going to come there in person for that.
Exactly. I'll let you know when that is for sure. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's been a lot of fun. Podcasts are fun.
Perfect. You know what makes ours unique is we use video. So not everybody does that. So.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, thanks everyone. We'll see you soon. And thanks for joining us for Dawn Deardorf with Aurora Catering.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.